Hello and welcome to another podcast. It's episode 55 of the Chatbox podcast here today. How are you doing? Right, let's crack on. As you know, each week I have a guest to talk about their career or job. So let's crack on with this week's guest. It's broadcaster Alan Wilkinson. Hello, Alan. Welcome along.
Good evening, Ben. Thank you so much for having me on. It's a pleasure and an honour to chat with you.
Brilliant. How are you this fine
I'm
evening?
Fine. I'm absolutely fine, mate. I'm in the middle of trying to sell a house and move. But yeah, I'm fine. We get in there eventually. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Thank you. I say thanks for having me on.
Where you moving?
We're moving 4 or 5 miles up the road from where we live now. So still in Chesterfield, but 4 or 5 miles away. It's not too far, but it can get stressful, as you know.
Yeah, good luck with that. 5 questions
about
your Five questions about your broadcast career for you, if that's okay. We can divulge. I'm a cross between Piers Morgan and the guy who presented This Is Your Life.
Off you go, sir.
Thank you. Let's go. You ready to rumble in the jungle?
Let's have a rumble.
Let's go for it. Question 1. Where did you start your broadcast career?
If you're talking generally, during the 70s, did a bit of DJing. Locally around Chesterfield, so that's where it actually started. The love for music and love for not entertaining, but playing discos, things like that. Left that in late 70s, got married in 80, went back into broadcasting early 2000. I started down at Peak FM doing what at the time were like quirky football reports, phoning him into Sean Goldsmith after matches, and he'd play on Monday. And they got that popular. They then said to me, do you fancy going to games and doing proper live updates, post-match half-time updates, full-time, etc., etc. Well, I'd never done it before in my life. I was quite nervy. So go on then, have a go. So I did that from January to end of season in May. Then a guy that you know, Naz, premji, said to me, from next season, mate, you're doing full live match commentaries. And I went, what? He says, yeah, you're doing full live match. Well, I'll have a go. And for 5.5 years, I did that. Left Peak FM mid-2000s, went into community radio at Spire Radio, and now I'm at Elastic FM in Clown doing purely voluntary work and 3 shows a week. At the moment, that's what I'm at. I am at the moment.
Yeah, I'm hopefully doing a couple of syndications in the future.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get there, mate. Very focused.
And I'll hopefully look for different stations to home these in.
Yeah, you're welcome to get in touch with us. Not a problem.
Obviously, there'll be a fee towards these ones.
I'll have a word with the boss.
Brilliant. Thank you. Question 2. Who were your broadcasting inspirations growing up?
Well, if I'm going back to the 70s, the guy I used to DJ with is a guy called Johnny Late. I used to sort of roadie for him. He was good at it. But bear in mind, in them days, Ben, you had 2 turntables. You put a record on, you'd play it. Then while that was playing, you put another record on another table, and you used to have to dial a phone. And you dial it, and you turn the disc to the start of the song. Then once that finished, you put the other one on. And you did that all night long from one turntable to another. Disc on, listen to the other one, disc off. And it carried on for as long as you were DJing. So that got me into it. And then listening to radio, Johnny Walker, even good old Sir Terry Wogan, listening to people like that. And you could only think, well, I wish I were half as good as them. And probably even Ken Bruce nowadays. But I think Johnny Walker, when he was on Radio Luxembourg and all the pirate radios, people like that, you think, I wish I could be half as good as them. And that's what you aspire to be. So, yeah, Johnny Walker, Terry Wogan, Ken Bruce nowadays, and the same the guy who used to roadie for in the 70s, Johnny Late. So, I just wanted to give something back and enjoy what I did and be 10% as good as they were. They were legends.
One of the inspirations in my life, as I say, is one of the people who helped me into radio is someone I know, because I now listen to Great British Radio because they have lots of people like Sean Tilley. He brings back, like, on a Sunday afternoon, I believe, Top of the Pops Retro.
Oh, bless you. Tony Blackburn. Yeah, that name springs a bell. That's another one. But Sean Tilley, yeah. Yeah.
He does it on, then he does a couple of cover shows on the BBC.
Yeah.
And
so he inspires you, does he?
And Tony Blackburn, obviously.
Yeah.
And you go back
Alan
as
Freeman.
well to
Another
like,
one, Alan Freeman, Pick of the Pops, you know, genuine.
And Stephanie Hurst as well.
Yeah, I know Stephanie.
Personally,
I've met her a couple of times at gigs. Not personally, no, but I do know of Stephanie. I've been in the company a couple of times, but nothing. You can't call her a friend because we never spoke. But I do know of her, and I've been in a couple of times when she's been there. Yeah.
She was she a replacement for that person you were on about for Bobby Newt?
It was a Bob. It should have been a Bobby Nuts night. It was Neil Anderson's book opening night, and Bobby Nuts should have been a cabaret. And unfortunately, Bobby died about a month before the show went out, and a good mate of mine stepped in to do the comparing and the comedy bit, Jimmy Carroll, and Stephanie was there that night. Yeah, but I never got, we never got in company speaking properly. But yeah, I know she was there that night, and sent a very nice lady.
And did you I remember Bobby Newt because he was in the last episode of Benidorm just before he died.
It was, yeah. Bobby, I met Bobby 3 or 4 times. He married Donna Hart, the athlete, and they had a bit of a gym in the area. And Bobby's a fitness fanatic. And yeah, I met Bobby 3 or 4 times. Terrific guy, absolutely.
Where did he live?
I'm not sure where Bobby lives, but he had a gym in our area, Chesterfield, South Yorkshire. Where he actually lived, Ben, I can't honestly tell you. But the times I met him, terrific guy, lovely guy.
Yeah, and also it's a shame he was in Emmerdale as well, I think, back in the 90s, early 2000s.
I don't watch soaps, I've got to be honest with you. That's
Neither
not my forte.
I haven't watched them for a few years. I've just been busy with radio stuff.
Yeah, I don't do soap operas.
I normally listen to archive radio shows. Like tonight, I'm probably going to, at 10 o'clock, listen to James Whale.
Good old James.
Ranting about anti-vaxxers.
Right, okay, good old James. He never changes.
He cut an anti-vaxxer off the other week because the anti-vaxxer was spouting nonsense about the vaccine, saying, "Oh, I'm not getting the vaccine."
Well, yeah, that sounds like James.
But he's not really like that when he takes the headphones off.
No, I've met James a couple of times in London at Christmas parties, and he's great company. He likes to drink, don't we all? But
when he's not out the studio, when he's out of the studio, he's funny.
Yeah.
When he's in the studio, he has that on-air persona.
Yeah, he has to be focused, doesn't he? But yeah, in company, he's a good lad. Good, nice bloke, likes to drink, and good company.
Yeah. He's good friends with Stephanie Hurst.
Right, okay.
And he's good friends with a friend of mine as well called Alan Hyde, who used to work with a man called Ian Collins.
All right, I don't know the names, mate, but you certainly get yourself out there, don't you?
If you know Ian Collins, he used to be on Talk Radio, Talk Sport, the original.
Oh, how long ago's that? Wow. It's going back a
Probably
few
over
years
10.
now, isn't it?
Yeah, because Ian Collins, he's the guy who, and his producer Alan, because they used to be on Invicta together.
Ah, that's Kent, isn't it? Kent Invicta.
Yeah, he used to be on Invicta FM.
Right.
And Alan used to be his producer and sidekick.
Right. Two of a kind then.
And he's one of James Whale's best friends.
Yeah, you've names there, mate, that ring a bell to me. Apart from James, I know James, but you've names there that ring a bell over the years. I just can't put faces to them.
Question 3. Let's move on to question 3. What is your favourite part about being a radio presenter, aka the job?
Full live football commentaries. Chesterfield FC, did them for 5.5 years, and came back doing live updates and interviews. I did full match commentaries last year, and I'm back this year doing live updates. But yeah, the best part of me has been doing full match commentaries. Interviewing managers afterwards, things like that. That's my favourite bit.
Where do you do the full match commentaries?
I did it for Chesterfield early 2000s, and then I did them again last season for Chesterfield Football, all for Chesterfield Football Club. So that is by far, that's my favourite. I enjoy playing music, but the favourite has got to be football commentaries. I actually did some live from Wembley as well for Chesterfield. So I've actually done live football commentary from Wembley as well.
Brilliant. Right, we'll move on to question 4. How has the COVID pandemic affected your life and line of work?
Well, it's affected my life because I lost my mum during the pandemic. It's when it started, I lost her last April, so that's affected me personally. Work-wise, I was a full-time carer, mobile house to house. So from day one, it was pressure, it was difficult, PPE all the times, and it got relentless. I now work in a nursing home, in a care or residential home, should I say. I do 3-4 nights a week there. So I've been in the pandemic from day one, working in it. It has been stressful. It has caused a few stressful moments. I mean, 6 weeks ago, I did actually have a heart attack. So I'm recovering now I'm off work resting. But the pandemic has been with me from day one, from a personal point of view and from a professional point of view. And obviously from a radio point of view, we had to close the studio at Elastic FM. So we were like pre-recording shows or doing it from home. But as you know, Ben, no, we're back in the studio now. There's nothing better.
Did you do any of your programming from home?
I did when we had to close the studio. Yeah, we were recording shows. The first lockdown, yeah, we did. Well, you know, Ben, there's nothing better than buzz and going in the studio and doing it live. The buzz from that is great. But so it's affected me from personal work and voluntary stuff. Even football last year, no fans. They were very selective. Some games I couldn't get in. So, you know, it's affected me in all walks, yeah. It's been surreal, but hopefully now, mate, we're coming out of it. Fingers crossed, and there's a bit of light at the end of the tunnel now, isn't there?
Yeah, and looking through your social media earlier on, I never knew you knew Bernie Clifton.
Bernie's a great bloke. Bernie's a great bloke.
I'm hoping to get him on one of these.
Ben, I will drop him a message for you, I promise you.
Cheers.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, Bernie's a great, funny bloke.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a comedian.
Mm.
Bernie Clifton.
Yeah, very funny. And the ostrich. I've seen him running around Chesterfield a time or two with ostrich. Yeah, you'd be walking through Chesterfield and all of a sudden Bernie would come up on with ostrich dress, and yeah, very, very funny. Used to have a joke shop in Chesterfield. Yeah, very funny guy, very nice guy. Still around, still doing a bit, and fair play to him.
Yeah, and you also look on the a lot of legends from that region of the world. John Hurt was from Chesterfield, the legendary John Hurt.
Yes, he born in Shirebrook and brought up in Old Wilkinson. Yeah, Jason Statham.
Yeah, have you ever met John Hurt? Did you ever meet John Hurt?
Yes, I did meet John once. Just once, I did meet him. Yeah.
And did you? The one thing I loved about John Hurt, and I'd love to have met him, is the voice.
Yes. Yes. I think the Elephant Man was his finest. I think that was his finest performance.
Did you ever speak to him?
Yeah, just once, just on the once. Yeah, yeah, nice guy, very amiable.
Did he use the voice towards you, the John Hurt voice?
They were totally different, mate. Totally different off screen, but you just knew it was there. But yeah, born in Shirebrook, brought up in Old Whittington.
Yeah, it's a shame he went.
It is. It is. A lot of legends have now left us. You know, Gordon Banks, another one from around this area, sadly passed away. So we've had a few legends around here who are sadly gone now.
Yeah, because as we go back to the Sean and Becky days, legends they were.
Yeah, they certainly made a niche for themselves, didn't they? They certainly found a. So I
If
say,
no
a niche.
station, if no station will take the reunion show, I'll make the reunion show for them.
I'm sure you will.
One-off show, 1 hour special.
I'm absolutely certain you'll do that. You're very focused, and I'm actually probably certain, yeah, you'll do that. Yeah, I look forward to you sorting that. But yeah, they had a party Chesterfield. They found the perfect place for them, and it worked for so many years. So many years it worked for them.
And then someone decided to split them up.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it came to an end. That's the way it goes in radio sometimes. You know, everybody moves on at some point. So unfortunately, yeah,
If
it
ever
came
I
to an
worked
end.
for Bauer or Global, I'd have to have the radio door locked, studio door locked.
Yeah, you never know when you go back through it, you're not coming in again. That's the problem with this business. Very cutthroat and very focused, and you just never know.
I was told by a load of local Bauer presenters at the time who were stations that Bauer have been taken over. They were told that, if you believe this, about 4 weeks before the takeover, they were told it's going to be another 3 months, and a month later, another year or so. Then they were told, "Oh, you've got a month left."
Right.
They just dropped it on them.
Yeah, that's the nature of the business, unfortunately, Ben. It's very cutthroat, very, very, very focused, and when it happens, and there's no lot you can do about it.
Yeah. Anyway, last question on my list. What advice would you give to young, aspiring broadcasters who are starting out?
The main advice is just sit back and enjoy it. I mean, obviously, do a bit of preparation for you. You're going to do a show, do a bit of preparation, the music you're playing, a bit of info, the background for songs you're going to play, what year, you know, what album, it's an album track. But the main thing to me is if it's voluntary, just enjoy it. Get your music, sit back, play your music, talk to people. But if you're in the studio enjoying it, then they will be out there enjoying what you're doing. I think that's the main thing. It's enjoyment. And if you are community-minded, voluntary community-minded, you actually feel good because you're giving something back to the community. You know, the stuff that we do is community-related. We do Christmas cheer, things like that, to the elderly people. We have mental health groups and this, that, and other. And it's to be able to give something back. But if you can give something back and they appreciate it, but the main thing is, for me, just enjoy playing the music and people enjoy listening. It's down to enjoyment, but just give me something back. But be focused, be factual, but enjoy it. Again, enjoy it.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. Yeah, brilliant. And that's it for today. Thank you for joining us, Alan.
Ben, it's been an absolute honour. It's been a pleasure. If I can help you in any way with any contacts, just give me a bell or give me a message, and I'll do what I can for you, mate.
Hopefully, someone will get to interview me on the other side of the mic.
I'm absolutely certain somebody will be coming to you. Don't you worry. It's only a matter of time, my friend.
I wouldn't mind someone interviewing me, but I can't talk about my own life, to be honest.
No, well, I'm sure somebody will come. I'm sure it'll happen, Ben. I'm absolutely certain it'll happen. You've got yourself out there. You're very focused, and I'm sure everything will be good for you.
I'm potentially recording a podcast radio show tomorrow, which is Sean Goldsmith's podcast I did back in February.
Right.
And an autism show, but there's only 2 of us tomorrow as one of our main producers and co-presenters, who's going to be our producer now. He kind of got caught COVID.
All right. Well, I wish you all the best, Ben. I'm sure you'll get there. In fact, I'm absolutely certain you'll get there.
Thank you very much for watching. Do join me again soon for another Chatterbox podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. This will go on YouTube and this will go on my wix.com website. So thank you very much for listening and watching. But for now, that's a